Hello everyone, welcome to another video. It's been a hot minute since I've done a writing video for you guys, so we're trying to get back into that now.
I can reach for a well-worn book to give me an escape.
Welcome back to my writing series here, episode 4 of Deviant Drafts, about 3 months overdue. Basically, for anyone who doesn't know, I haven't talked about this a ton on the channel. I also just haven't been doing a lot of content on our channel lately in general outside of our Cosmere read-along. So if you don't know, back in June, one of my cats passed away, and that is essentially why I stopped writing. That just kind of derailed all of my creativity for a long while. And I'm trying to get back into it. It's been rough. I was doing so good. Obviously, I don't know if anybody remembers, but at the very beginning of the year, in January, I had started to work on the edits for draft 2. Started doing draft 2 of Deviants after finishing the first draft during Nano of last year. But then in January, one of my other cats passed away, Twilight. She passed away. And that was really hard because it was so sudden and out of nowhere and unexpected. And that derailed me for a little bit, and I was also just feeling super like discouraged with all my writing and stuff in general. And just, I was having a whole time personally and within my writing scope of things. So I didn't get back into it, I think, like properly until around April. So from like April to June, like the beginning of April to mid-June, I was writing almost every single night. I don't think there maybe was a handful of days where I went without writing, and even then I got to a point where it's like I would sit down and just write a couple sentences. I would write 20, 30 words just so that I was still doing it every single day. And I was doing so good, I was making so much progress. Obviously, if you missed any of my previous episodes in this writing series, that I will leave that playlist linked down below. But I was basically just kind of updating you as I was going in my editing process, starting the very big first edits for draft 2 of the finished draft. And I was also showing off, obviously, the commissioned art that I was getting done for my characters. And I think in my last episode, I actually read you guys a snippet. So it's just kind of basically what you've missed so far in the 3 previous episodes. But if you want to go back and watch them, you can. I completely forgot where I left off, so I had to go back and watch my last episode just so I knew what I'd done last. And it appears that the last update I gave you guys, I had made it in my edits all the way to chapter 9. In my edits, and I just checked now to see where I'd left off. So I'd made it since the last episode I did for you guys. I made it all the way to chapter 15. So last you heard from me, I was on chapter 9, and I'm on chapter 15 now. And yeah, I have not worked on it since June. We're in the middle of September right now. We're like exactly 2 weeks into September. So it's been hard. I've been very just distanced from the project, from the creativity, from wanting to write. Yeah, it's been hard because I was just doing so good at being on top of that and sticking with it and feeling good about it, finally. I mean, not necessarily feeling like that great about what I was doing, but just the fact that I was doing it was feeling really good. And so I've been so distanced from that for a while now. And I'm trying to get back into it. Obviously, NaNoWriMo is looming. It's around the corner. We don't got a lot of time. And I'm like so detached. Originally, when I was working on the edits for this draft 2 of book 1 of Deviants, my plan was to finish all of the edits for draft 2 and then start plotting, like doing the outline for book 2 so that I could write book 2 draft 1 for Nano, and then after that I would go back to working on the edits doing draft 3 for book 1, because I just I don't want to be working on edits for Nano because I feel like that's just going to slow down my progress of trying to hit my goals and stuff. So I want to be like properly writing, even though a lot of my edits were rewrites, and that was fun and is fun and will be fun. But yeah, so that was my plan. But at this point, that's not going to happen. I'm nowhere near close to finishing draft 2 edits. It's just it's not going to happen before Nano. I probably wouldn't even if I was consistently working on that, like aside from whatever I want to do for Nano, I probably wouldn't finish that before the end of this year, because where I left off, I was not quite done. I said I got to chapter 15, right? I was in chapter 15, and part 1 is slated to be about 19 chapters on my outline, and it's a 3-part book. I haven't figured out exactly how many chapters are in each part 2 and part 3 because I haven't gotten that far in the edits yet, but I was still part 1. I didn't even finish part 1. So, and I knew I was going to have to fill in a lot. There was a lot of scenes kind of missing in part 2 that I was going to have to just add in, like not even just rewrites, but like just new content that I needed to put into that section. So, we had to come up with a new plan. I will say lately, when I've been trying to get myself just back into like the creative headspace of writing and stuff in general, I have started coming up with a new story idea. I will say, new ideas don't hit me very often. Not ones that really stick, that I'm really like, I want to work on this. I have tons and tons of like smaller ideas that are kind of like always just in the back of my mind that I'm like, one day I might pull that out and try to do something with it. But I very rarely get one that hits me that I'm like, this is now officially like a work in progress that I'm gonna do. Obviously I have the Deviant series, which has been my longest running project thus far and will continue to be my main project for a very long time to come, as it is likely to be at least 4 books. We're just gonna say at least 4. we won't go beyond that until we have to. I have my high fantasy series, which is called Children of the Sky, and it's like I've got that main series, but then I also have a sequel series planned in that same world. So outside of those 2, I've not really had like any strong ideas hit me where I was like, this is, it's brought to the front. It's on the front now, the front of my brain. Recently, it was about maybe like a month ago, I had a dream, and I don't remember the dream at all at this point. I didn't write any of it down or anything. I just had a dream and woke up from the dream and it had like sparked a few key things for a story idea. And so it's a sci-fi, the new story that I'm working on. It's a sci-fi story. I'm currently calling it A Light in the Dark. That is not actually its title. I don't think that will end up being its title. It's just kind of like a placeholder for me to call because it's an important line in the story. It's relevant to a character's name. It's a whole thing. So we're calling it A Light in the Dark. It's a sci-fi story with very heavy fantasy elements. And I don't know much about it, obviously, because like I haven't started writing it yet. I haven't even like properly opened up like a thing to plot anything. I've just kind of been leaving notes in my phone, like picking character names, and any ideas I get, I've just been putting in a note folder in my phone, because I still am so detached from this creative process that I haven't been able to like sink into it yet. But what I know so far is it's gonna follow a princess named Sylar, who is on the verge of becoming queen of a solar system. I don't know how many planets are in the solar system, but she's gonna be queen of quite a few planets. This is the goal here. And the story is gonna follow her while she gets kidnapped by an assassin who was sent to kill her, but he obviously isn't going to kill her right away. He's supposed to bring her to the person who has hired them to kill her, and then he's supposed to kill her in front of them. Like, they don't just want proof of death, like to see the body, like they want to watch her die. It's very grim and dark. So basically it's just going to be, you know, a fun story of the princess and the assassin, you know, kind of getting to know each other before he's inevitably supposed to kill her. It's gonna be fun. It's more romance than anything, but it is sci-fi and fantasy. But I'm mostly here for the romantic element of it. The only thing I've got like solidified in my brain is our princess, whose name is Sylar, and our assassin, whose name, he doesn't actually have a name, but he's gonna get a name, and his name is Elorian. And that's all I got for it so far. And I was thinking, because obviously NaNoWriMo's coming, and I was like, I can't, I'm so detached from Deviants right now, and I don't want to work on Deviants if I'm not in it, because it's so important to me, and I'm like so, it's just like I don't want to half-ass this project, because it's everything to me, and I'd rather kind of like half-ass something new. So originally I was like, okay, I've got this new idea, maybe I'll run with this, I'll start working on it. But the problem is I'm notoriously bad at completing anything. Ooh, there's a hole in my sweater. That's fine. I'm notoriously bad at starting new ideas for Nano. A lot of times for NaNoWriMo, I have to have like some solid ground underneath me for the story that I'm writing for me to make it to 50K minimum and to write for every day for the month. Every single time I try to like pants-it with a new story where I don't have a lot to go off of, and I'm like, I'm just gonna wing it and see what happens. I make it like 3 days in, and then I either just have to scrap it, start writing something else, or I just don't finish Nano. Now, I have not failed a NaNoWriMo since 2016. Yeah, I think 2016. Since 2016, I have not failed a NaNoWriMo. I have managed to hit 50K minimum every year since 2016. Before that, 2014, 2015, I don't think I did it, and then 2013 I did. Anyways, that's irrelevant. My point is, back in the day, I couldn't do it. I can't pants it. I'm not a pantser. I'm a planner. So I was like, I don't have a lot of time to get my feet underneath me with this sci-fi story, to have it ready to be something I can like plow through for Nano. So instead, my plan is to actually go ahead and start writing book 2 of Deviants. My original plan, like I said, was to finish the drafts, draft 2 edits for book 1 before I go into book 2, because obviously I'm probably I've made a lot of changes so far in part 1, and by the time I get to the end of part 3, at the end of the book, like who knows what I'll have changed that would affect what's going to happen going into book 2. But I know that even with all of my rewrites so far, like the key beats of the story, the key like points, the character things and the plot things are still the same. I'm just writing them differently. I'm writing them better. I'm filling them out. I'm tweaking them. But I'm not really changing my initial like outline. The beats of the story are the same. So I'm hoping that is going to still be the case going all the way into the end of book 1, so that me starting book 2 before I finished editing book 1 even once isn't gonna be a problem. It might be a problem, and you might see me come out of this in like a year being just super angry with myself, you know, because I might have to change a lot of things. We'll see. I finally opened it to see where I'd left off in my edits for Deviants book 1, and that was the first time I've like opened it since I stopped writing in June. So I think I am going to, sometime in the next few days, go through and read like the last few chapters of what I wrote for book 1, just to see if like where I leave it off, because like where book 1 ends and book 2 picks up, like not even 5 minutes have passed, because you get a kind of cliffhanger for book 1, and then we dive right into what's happening in book 2. There's no time between. So I think I'm going to be fine just going straight into it, but I do want to read what I actually wrote, which would have been what I wrote for Nano 2020. So it's like messy, but I need to at least see what I did there, so I can know what I'm doing going into book 2. But yeah, it's been so hard being like so out of it, when it's like such a huge part of who I am and like what I like to do, and it makes me happy and it feels good, and it's like, and I've just been so detached from it lately. So I'm really hoping I can start getting my brain like wired back into it by the time we get to Nano, and then I'm hoping I can like just like writing new content for Deviants through Nano, and then come back out of that and be able to jump back into like my edits and stuff. And I feel like that might be better. I mean, I wasn't getting burned out on the edits or anything, but because just so many personal traumatic things were happening, I feel like taking a break from it in that sense, and then being able to come back to it when I'm actually like feeling good about it will be better. I don't know. Who knows anything? But yeah, my plan for NaNoWriMo is to start book 2 of Deviants, even though I'm currently in the middle of early on edits, the very first edits for book 1. So this is probably a bad decision. Let me know, obviously, in the comments how you feel about that. Like, what do you think? Do you think I'm just gonna regret it so much? Or do you think it's okay? You think it's not gonna be a huge deal? Because it's like, I'm not like, I don't know, I'm not like so far into the edits. Anyways, I don't know. To start plotting things out. I know a few key things that are happening in book 2, and I kind of figured out the other day. I was on hanging out with Casey, and we were just kind of spitballing ideas when I was like, what if I just start writing book 2? Like, what if I just do that for Nano? Because if I try to start this new sci-fi story, it just might not go. It might not go. And you know, I've got fuel for Deviants. I've got fuel for days. I've got fuel for years. I've been writing this damn series for over a decade. So, yeah. So then we kind of figured out where we want the book to start and where the book should most likely end, on a very specific note. And I want you guys to know that when Casey is giving you ideas, if Casey is ever helping any of you with your book ideas, just know that she's gonna go as dark as she can with it. She loves to traumatize. Anyways, I was supposed to show you guys in my next episode of Deviant Drafts the last commission of my characters that I got, but I'm not gonna do that right now just because this is like not a great episode of Deviant Drafts. I'm mostly just like explaining why I haven't been writing and what my plans are for Nano. But I think in the next episode, assuming I can like do another episode and do this consistently again and keep giving you writing updates once every month until we get to Nano, in which you'll get writing updates every single week. And we're probably gonna have a lot more writing content in general coming in the coming weeks because it's that time of year and Casey and I are both writers and we both do Nano. So aside from my just general Deviant Drafts series, where there will be other writing content stuff coming. But I think, yeah, I think I will save it for the next episode, because in the next episode you'll probably get to see me like from scratch outlining book 2, and I'll probably go into it a bit so you can actually see. I know I've gone over and explained how I outline and how I prep and how I edit and all these things in previous episodes, but you'll actually get to see me doing it like from scratch for book 2, so that might be fun. So I feel like in episode 5 of Deviant Drafts is when I will show you the character art for my characters Jax and Alira. And I haven't gotten any new art done since then. That was the last one I got, because when I got it, my artist, she had just closed down her commissions, and she opened them briefly like a couple of weeks ago, but I didn't reach out because, again, I've been so detached from it and I want to like be in it and be excited when I get more commissions done. I only have 3 left that I need to get done till I have all of the main cast of Deviants, and they're all gonna go. I haven't hung out any of the art yet, but they're all gonna go on that back wall there. So maybe by the time we film the next episode of this, I'll have them all up hanging on the wall. And maybe by then she'll have open commissions again, because now they're closed again, because I missed my window, but that's fine. But whenever she opens them again, I will be jumping on it to get my final 3 commissions done, so I can have a full cast and you guys can see all of my characters and learn more about them, which is always fun and exciting for me. Another thing I wanted to mention before I wrap up this video is I do have a writing Instagram account where it's just about my writing. I haven't been posting on it much lately. I think I've posted twice in the last 3 months since I stopped writing, but I want to get back into that as well. So if you enjoy the writing content from me, I swear. So if you enjoy this writing content from me, but you want more of it and you want to see like a more closer, in-depth, consistent, frequent look at it, hopefully I get back to posting consistently on that Instagram account. I was having such a good time with it when I first started it. In the first like month that I had it, I gained like 130 followers and I was making friends with people. I was chatting with writers back and forth and like making mutual friends on there and stuff, and I just really, I fell out of it really quickly. I think I only had the account for like a month when I stopped writing, so hoping to get back into posting on there some more. If you want to follow me there, the link will be in the description, but it's just at Deviant Drafts on Instagram, so feel free to follow me there for more writing content. Yeah, and one more thing I want to talk about real quick before I end the video is I think this video is going to go up on Wednesday, the 15th. So this upcoming Friday on the 17th, Casey and I and our friend Haley, who you've probably heard us talk about on the channel if you watch our videos consistently, are doing a NaNoWriMo prep and plan live show on Friday the 17th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's gonna be just like a nice evening chill hangout. I think our plan is to just kind of basically, we're just gonna try to get ourselves in the headspace, I think, for getting ready for Nano. We're gonna spitball ideas, bounce ideas off of each other as we're trying to figure out what we're writing, what we're working on. We'll go over like our goals for Nano. We'll give out tips and advice for pantsers and planners alike. If you've never done Nano and you want to try, or you're a longtime Nanoer, either or, come to that live show. It's gonna be fun. I think it'll be fun. I hope it'll be fun. And that will probably be something we end up consistently doing leading up towards Nano, is not just like writing talk live shows, but also we'll probably get into, once we get closer to Nano, and during the month of Nano, we'll probably also do live writing sprints. Fun fact, the very first time Casey and I went live on this channel was last year during NaNoWriMo, and we did live writing sprints in the evening. It was like late night writing sprints, which was super, super fun. It was the very first time we went live on the channel, so we're definitely gonna be doing that again during Nano, and just doing a bunch of writing content, like I said, leading. If you have any questions about like just my writing process, my book series, anything at all, leave them in the comments down below. I love chatting about writing, and it's definitely just being able to talk about writing with other writers or talking about this project it's slowly getting me back into the headspace and getting me excited. So if any of you want to talk about writing stuff, please come talk to me, because it helps me so much. And I'm just like, I'm still not quite where I need to be to get back into this, and I don't have a lot of time, and I need to plan out the entire book too, which is a whole long process. So yeah, so definitely come to our live show, come chat with me in the comments, come follow me on Instagram. Oh, and also I have a writing group on Discord, so if you I have a writing group on Discord, which I forgot to mention. So if you haven't already joined my writing group on Discord, please, 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 please join it. Please join it. I have about 30 members in there right now, but like half of them are inactive. Like they just joined, but they don't frequently use Discord, so they're just never in there, which is fine. And then we've had a few people join recently who are not really active, but like they're lurking enough that if, like, you know, you go post something in there, they'll come reply. But I want it to be more active, and I'm sure it's gonna get more active closer to NaNoWriMo, but I want it to be more active just like consistently in general, because like I'm all year long up until, I mean, the past 3 months I haven't, but before that I was consistently working on my writing and working on my book, and I want like other writer friends to discuss things with and like to be able to hype each other up and bounce ideas off of and stuff. And it's just like a very chill environment, but I wanna make a nice little like writing community there. So if you are not part of that and you would like to be, please come join it. The link to that Discord is in the description. Everyone's invited. Yes. Like I said, not a very exciting episode of Deviant Drafts here. I just wanted to kind of do an update to get me back into things. And then next month, during good old Prep-tober, hopefully you'll get episode 5 of Deviant Drafts, and we'll get to show you me trying to outline book 2 from scratch, because I literally know maybe a very small handful of things that are going in that book, and I don't know what order they're going in. I don't actually know if they're all gonna end up in. It's the whole thing. So you're gonna get to see me go through my whole whiteboard, note card, outline process from point A to B, and it's hopefully gonna be exciting. It's gonna be stressful for me, but hopefully you'll enjoy it. So yeah, stay tuned for that. If you aren't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to our channel here. Obviously this is a booktube channel, so we have a lot of booktube content. It's more reading than writing content, but this is the part of the year where we get heavy writing content coming in as well, which I hope our booktube friends don't mind as much, but I hope some more writing friends can come in for that. Anyways, remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Life before death, Radiance.
Things you create make the world